Oh, hi. I'm Tsubasa, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to start off with an entry from June 17th, 2024 at 10:32 p.m. The Louvre was larger than I originally thought upon my second visit there with my relatives. I discovered an entire section and floor that I did not know about even after my first 3-hour visit. During this time in Paris, I also went to the Eiffel Tower again to take some pictures along with a pic of myself and my relatives. The food I ate during my visit was all right, but nothing really tasted that different from that of the United States. Mainly just a difference in appearance and price. Which is completely wrong. There was this one place I went to in Pontresson called Chicken Cabana, and oh my gosh, that is the best chicken sandwich I've ever had. Hands down. I lost my key to my office in the lab, which sucks because I check my person every second. Like, if I were to get pickpocketed, it would be by me. Oh well. I made my apology to my instructor, and everything seems fine now. To which I did eventually find that key. It was in the washing machine. On a completely different set of tracks, I really want to act in some sort of movie. It doesn't have to be anything big, just a passion project. Personally, I'd like to fit the role of a calculated individual, one who is adapted to their environment, a man made of wishes and blood. I don't know, just someone cool. Or maybe someone who has a burning passion for something. Because I have a burning passion for something, I just don't know what for. Hmm. Maybe I should make these entries little movies. Granted, I wouldn't be a cool character by any means, but I'd be a very real one. Maybe I should change the name of this series. Nah, I've already given it its name, and I've changed it, and then changed it again. So changing it any more would cause some more confusion that is unnecessary. I don't want my name to be long either, like Five Nights at Freddy's, and then it get put into an anagram like FNAF. I just kind of want to keep it as year 21. It's a bit odd how the garbage truck comes at 11 p.m. here. Usually my truck comes in the morning. No sleep for the wicked, I guess. Besides that, I've been practicing my drawing skills by analyzing the works of Hirohiko Araki. My style is similar, but is more basic at the moment. Hopefully with time, my style will solidify. Anyhow, good night. Sleep well. 11:09 p.m. Next to that is one of the drawings that I made in this book. It was around 9:14 p.m. And if we take a look at it here, you can kind of see there's a guy kind of eyeing something. He shoots, and then he shot a guy back here who's already fell on the ground. I really like the arm pattern I made for him. If we can focus on it. I think it's focused on it. You can kind of see the hashes I made that kind of made this really cool stitching effect. Although I think I went a little too crazy on the patterns on his forearm and the gun. But you let me know what you think. And then below that I have a symbol. And it says, "This symbol, the flower of prosperity. I've been getting to think more deeply about this relation to our company. However, I have yet to conclude any reason as to why this specific flower is our insignia, especially when people like me are sent to kill." And I call that Maroon Horizon. So that's a little story I kind of conjured out of nowhere. I have yet to expand upon the Maroon Horizon universe, but that's kind of the starting place I had in mind. Besides that, I have some other drawings that I would like to share with you. Now, originally I had them on sheets of paper, and then someone pointed out to me in the comments, you know who you are, the GOAT, the legend. He pointed out that when I was showing the paper, it showed some details I wasn't comfortable sharing with yet. I'll share it later, and you'll know when if you follow me on Instagram. But I have some drawings, and I would like to share them with you. And I'll put them up on screen right now. So this first drawing here is a self-portrait of your boy, your narrator. And I like this drawing for how well I put detail into it. My only gripe with it is that the eyes are way too realistic for the type of style I was going for. Because in Hirohiko Araki's style, if you look at the eyes, they're actually a bit more hexagonal almost, or like they have sharp angles to them. And so that was something I wanted to work on and did with this next drawing here, which you can tell that I did a side profile, a profile where it's kind of like looking down on the person, and then another side, almost tilted kind of face profile. The larger drawing of the three is one that I kind of don't like, mainly because of the face shape. It looks a little too flat. But the other two I think are actually pretty good, and I really do like them. This next one is one of my favorite ones that I made, and it's a character whose name is Ivana Joveta. She's 26 years old, just completely made it up, and she has a stand, just like in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And her stand is Black, named after the song by Pearl Jam. If you haven't listened to Black by Pearl Jam, what are you doing? It's an amazingly sad song, and I sing to it every single time it comes on, no matter where I am, no matter who's with me. So that ability that Ivana Joveta has allows her to make people relive some sort of trauma that they have in order to weaken their moral spirit and fighting spirit. And this is a counterable ability because if you don't have any trauma, it doesn't work on you. And if you have accepted your past, in essence, have no regrets, you can not also be affected by it. Some of the ideas surrounding this character is that her stand awakened from some sort of trauma, and that is why she has the ability, and her goal is to get over this trauma. Her stand design, I think, is really cool. And as you can see, as I explode the image here, in the bottom corner, there's a full body of her stand who has a gladiator kilt, high heels, and a spiked choker and matching bracelets to go with that. It was just a design idea that came to my head, and I just ran with it. I really wanted to create something that was very bizarre, because I'm taking inspiration from something that's bizarre to begin with. And I am actually very proud of this design, as the color scheme for this would kind of be like Killer Queen. If you know Killer Queen's design, it would kind of be a pink and black with some blue, and the spikes would be a silvery color. The next image I have is kind of a work in progress. It's the one that I've been working on most recently, but it's of another character. If you've seen in a couple of my videos, you'll recognize that shirt design is actually a shirt that I wear, and it looks quite similar to me with a very smug smirk. And this character in my head is the main villain who doesn't have any trauma, so it's a perfect counter to Ivana Joveta. And his ability is Black Hole Sun, in which he is able to create portals to kind of escape and move around the area as he wishes. Now, I've thought of different ways of approaching this, in that he should maybe only have one portal that can be anywhere, but he always has to portal back to some like anchor point, and then he can kind of go back and forth between there, so it takes a bit of time, especially when combat, and maybe, let's say, Ivana Joveta figures out where that anchor point is, then he has to either go and change it or confront her there. And the way that he would go into a portal would be through a stand. Now, I don't have it shown because I don't have a full body render yet of the stand, Black Hole Sun, but he will be wearing a very heavily designed belt, and that belt is the end of his body because he'll be floating kind of like a ghost, and underneath the belt will be a portal itself that leads back to that anchor point. So whenever the character wants to portal back to the anchor point, his stand has to go over him, and he has to kind of like fit in it like a suit. Now, what I think is pretty cool is that he won't necessarily transport immediately from one place to another. So he could, in theory, I have this like shot in my head where Ivana Joveta is kind of like looking around for him, and the stand is just kind of floating above her head where she can't really see it through her peripherals, and the character's just sitting there inside of the torso and then like lunges out onto her or observes what's going on before he decides to strike. So that is where I'm at with all my drawings. I hope you enjoyed them. Again, sorry for the 1 day delay. I had a little an oopsie daisy. With that, I'm going to end today's video, and I hope you guys have a good day and a good Friday, because tomorrow's Friday. So, yippee! End of the week. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.